Did you know there are 12 daily habits that might be preventing you from achieving the long-awaited wealth? Well, the worst part is that many of these habits are done without us even realizing it. These small daily mistakes are blocking your path to financial freedom, and you may not have noticed yet. Now just imagine. The last habit on the list is so surprising that once you discover it, your perspective on your daily life will completely change. It's something almost everyone does, but it could be the main barrier to your success. So, if you want to understand how to avoid these mistakes and take the first step toward a more prosperous life, stay with me until the end of this video. And don't forget, for more content that can transform your life, subscribe to the Fluence channel and turn on notifications. Let's uncover these habits and change the game together. Let's get straight to the point. The first habit that's preventing you from reaching wealth is something that seems harmless but is fatal to your financial progress. Procrastinating on small financial goals. That thought of, oh, I'll leave that for tomorrow, or I'll see how I save, invest, or pay off my debts later is a vicious cycle. And here's the truth. While you're waiting for the right moment, the rich are taking action. They know that even the smallest daily actions like adjusting the budget or saving a little more than yesterday make all the difference over time. Now think about it. When was the last time you took 10 minutes to analyze your finances? If you can't remember or it's been a while, you already know you're making this mistake. The next habit is even more common and directly affects how you view money and work. And spoiler alert, it may be blocking you in ways you can't even imagine. The second habit is spending first and saving what's left. Sounds logical, right? You receive your paycheck, pay the bills, allow yourself that treat, and if there's anything left, you put the rest in savings. But here's the problem. Usually there's never anything left. Let's illustrate. Imagine you earned 3,000 Brazilian reals this month. After paying the bills, buying what you want, and going out with friends, you have 50 Brazilian reals left. The next month, the same story repeats. Now compare this with someone who flips the logic. This person, upon receiving their salary, immediately sets aside 10% to invest or save before spending anything. It's as if they're paying themselves first, and the other expenses must adjust to what's left. This shift creates two powerful effects. 1. You begin to respect the money you save because it was an active and priority choice. 2. You learn to live with less, avoiding unnecessary expenses. The wealthy do this automatically because they know the money saved is what works for you in the future. Meanwhile, those who spend first never really start saving. Now I ask you, are you paying yourself first or putting it off? And speaking of putting things off, the next habit is even more surprising. It involves something you probably do every day that may be draining your time and financial potential. Let's find out. The third habit is consuming content without purpose. What you choose to watch, read, or listen to has a huge impact on your mindset and, consequently, your financial results. Imagine spending 2 hours a day on social media watching funny videos or even negative news. Over a month, that adds up to 60 hours that could have been used to learn something useful. Now compare that with someone who uses those same hours to consume educational content about finance or entrepreneurship. In a few months, that person will be better prepared to seize financial opportunities. The wealthy are selective about what they consume. They prioritize content that inspires them, teaches something new, or helps solve problems. While most people consume passively without thinking about the impact it has on their lives. Here's a quick exercise. Think about the last piece of content you consumed. Did it bring something valuable to your life? If the answer was no, maybe it's time to rethink how you're spending your time. And the worst part of all, this habit is linked to another common mistake, which is the fear of investing in yourself. We'll talk more about that in the next point and change your view on investing in your future. The fourth habit is the fear of investing in yourself. And no, I'm not just talking about money, but also about time, energy, and resources invested in your personal and professional growth. Imagine you have the opportunity to take an online course that promises to teach you how to organize your finances or start a business. The course costs 200 Brazilian reals. What usually happens? You think, oh, it's expensive, I can learn that on YouTube. But in the end, you never dedicate the necessary time to truly learn, and the knowledge that could transform your financial life never comes. The wealthy see investing in knowledge as essential. They know that the return is much higher than the initial cost. For them, spending 200 Brazilian reals to learn something that could generate 20,000 Brazilian reals in the future is a great deal. And here's a powerful quote. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. This fear of investing in yourself keeps you stuck in your comfort zone, while the world is full of opportunities. Now reflect. When was the last time you invested in something that truly added value to your life? If the answer is a long time ago or never, it's time to change. And speaking of changes, the next habit is crucial. It may be sabotaging all your financial decisions. The fifth habit that prevents you from getting rich is impulsive consumerism. How many times have you bought something without thinking much, just because it seemed like a good idea at the moment? Let's analyze a common situation. You see an irresistible sale, and even though you don't need the product, you buy it because it's an attractive discount. In the end, you spent on something unnecessary and missed the chance to invest or save for something important. The wealthy rarely fall into this trap. They have a clear plan and see every purchase as an investment, whether it's to get a financial return or to add real value to their lives. A simple tip to avoid impulsive consumerism is to adopt the 24-hour rule. Saw something you want to buy? Wait 24 hours before deciding. This will help you avoid impulse buys and save a good amount. Now think, how many times have you bought something you knew you didn't need? These small expenses can add up and reduce your potential to accumulate wealth. But there's an even bigger problem. This habit is deeply linked to another mistake, which is living to impress others. Stay tuned because this may be the biggest thief of your money. Let's continue and uncover this next habit that could change the way you handle money forever. The sixth habit that may be sabotaging your dreams of achieving wealth is living to impress others. Have you ever stopped to think about how much you spend trying to maintain an image that isn't really yours? Buying the most expensive phone, going to the trendiest places, or frequently changing cars are just a few of the actions people take to make a good impression. Let's look at a practical example. You have a friend who just bought a new car. He shows you the latest models full of amazing technology. Even though your car works perfectly fine, you start to feel inferior and decide to finance a new car, even though you know it will strain your budget. But the rich don't think this way. They know that true wealth comes from freedom, not status. While you're trying to impress, they're investing what you spent in something that will bring returns in the future. Research shows that many people spend 20% more than they can afford just to maintain a lifestyle they don't even need. So stop and think. How many of your recent purchases were actually necessary and how many were made just so you didn't feel left behind? This behavior is closely related to the next habit, which is even more dangerous because it can go unnoticed. It's about how you use your free time and how it impacts your financial life in the future. If living to impress is a problem, the next habit will be even more revealing. Let's continue. The seventh habit that is undermining your chances of becoming wealthy is the misuse of free time. Think about it. How do you spend your time after work or on weekends? Do you binge watch TV shows or scroll through social media feeds? This may seem harmless, but while you relax passively, the rich use these moments to develop themselves. Let's imagine two people. The first comes home, has dinner, and spends hours watching TV. The second, during the same time, reads 20 pages of a finance book, takes an online course, or plans a small business. Now, the difference may be small in 1 month, but in a year, the second person will have accumulated about 1,000 hours of useful learning, almost 41 days of personal growth. What you do in your free time will define your financial future. It doesn't mean you should never rest, but you need to be more intentional with the time you spend. Replacing aimless activities with actions that bring you closer to your goals can radically change your trajectory. Now let's move to the next habit, which involves the people you associate with and how they directly influence your success or failure. The eighth habit that is keeping you away from wealth is a toxic social circle. The truth is, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Although this statement may be hard to accept, the people around us often affect our financial decisions and mindset. Think of a friend who is always complaining about money, saying things like, "Getting rich is for others," or "I'll never be a millionaire. The system is against me." Even if you disagree, hearing these thoughts repeatedly starts to shape your view of money. Now imagine being surrounded by people who think big, who are always looking to learn and grow.
Mindset.
They challenge you, inspire you, and push you out of your comfort zone. The impact of this on your future is enormous. People with a growth mindset are 10 times more likely to achieve their financial goals. The question is, are the people around you pushing you forward or holding you back? If your social circle is more about discouragement than motivation, it may be time to rethink your friendships and seek those who truly inspire you. Now let's move on to the next habit, which may seem simple but is one of the biggest villains in wealth building. It begins before you even think about investing or creating extra sources of income. The ninth habit that is compromising your dreams of getting rich is the lack of focus and clarity in your goals. Have you ever caught yourself trying many things at once without a clear purpose? Many people fail to achieve wealth because they have scattered ideas but can't focus on one specific goal. Imagine you dream of starting a business, but instead of studying the market and planning, you keep doing small actions here and there. Researching products, trying to understand social media, investing in stocks. In the end, you feel exhausted but see no results. Now imagine starting with a clear focus, studying the market, understanding your options, and developing a solid plan. Over time, your path becomes clearer and your success becomes much more achievable. Millionaires know that lack of clarity in goals is an invisible but real obstacle that hinders progress. Focus is one of the greatest advantages for those seeking to get rich. So, take a piece of paper right now and write down a single financial goal you want to achieve in the next 6 months. List the 3 most important actions you need to take to achieve that goal. This simple exercise may be the first step to a new financial trajectory. Now let's move on to the next habit. Something deep inside you and can be the real game changer. The 10th habit that is destroying your dreams of getting rich is the lack of self-confidence and fear of failure. This fear is one of the biggest barriers to wealth, and it's something we all face at some point. The difference is that while the rich see failure as a lesson, many of us see it as the end. Think of someone who wants to invest in something new but already imagines failing before even trying. The fear of making a mistake paralyzes them. In contrast, another person, when feeling fear, decides to act anyway. They learn from their mistakes and, in the end, succeed. What did they do differently? They didn't let fear control them. The key to turning fear into your ally is action. When you take action, even when afraid, you build confidence in yourself. Your small victories begin to eliminate fear and you become immune to failure. Now get ready for the next habit, which deals with a mistake that many make without realizing it. And it could be the reason you're always one step away from reaching your financial goals but never quite getting there. The 11th habit that is destroying your dreams of getting rich is the lack of financial discipline. Many people fail to build wealth because they don't know how to control their finances. Living without a financial plan is a mistake that may seem small but has a huge impact. Imagine you receive your salary, but you don't create a clear budget. You spend without thinking. A dinner here, a purchase there. At the end of the month, you have no savings or investments. Now imagine someone else with the same income, but they plan their budget, save, and invest. Over time, they manage to accumulate wealth. Financial discipline is essential for building wealth. Start with small steps, such as tracking your spending or setting a budget. This will put you in control of your financial future. Now, the last habit, the most impactful one, will make you rethink your own trajectory and potential. Are you ready to change your life? Let's go. The 12th habit, the most devastating of all, is not investing in yourself. This is the biggest mistake you can make. You may focus on earning more money or buying more things, but the greatest asset you have is not what you possess now. It's who you are and what you can become. Imagine you have a job or a small business, but you're not updating yourself or seeking to learn new skills. You miss opportunities, while others who are constantly investing in themselves begin to see possibilities where others see obstacles. This investment in knowledge, skills, and self-development is what places them on the path to financial success. The key to change lies in your own growth. If you invest in yourself, the world around you will start opening new doors to your success. Now that you know the 12 daily habits that are undermining your dreams of achieving wealth, the good news is that you've already taken the first step by identifying the habits that need to be changed. And remember, true financial transformation doesn't happen overnight. Every small adjustment you make, every conscious decision to change, brings you one step closer to your goal. And the best part is, you're in control of this transformation. If this video made you reflect on your journey and daily habits, don't stop here. Subscribe to the Fluence channel, turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates, and share it with those who you think need to hear these truths. And of course, leave a comment below. I want to know which of these habits impacted you the most and where you're going to start making changes today. Together, let's walk the path to success. You have everything it takes to be rich, and the future starts with the actions you take now. If you liked the video, hit the like button and share it with your friends. Financial transformation is possible for everyone, and together we're stronger. See you in the next video, where we'll bring even more tips to help you achieve your goals and attain financial freedom. Until then,